A very good morning I bid to my group members. Today our group is going to present about the proposal of our project based on the engineering design course. So these are our group members. So let us go straight away to the introduction. So the pie chart here shows the employment rates in Kampong Terbelu, which is 90% of the villagers are involved in fishing, 5% involved in government employees, and 5% in agriculture. So this is the main problem that begin to exist, which is regarding on the loading activity of those fishes and prawns. This is due to its uneven surface of the road and the difference in elevation of the ground from the jetty to the processing house. Therefore, more workforce is needed for the job to be done. So this is the area of concern for the project. There are 2 points here, the A and B. A is the jetty and B is the processing house. So we have calculated that the distance from the jetty to the processing house along the curve is around 110 meter. That's all from me. Thank you.
Next, I will present about the product design specification. So why is it important for us to do the product design specification PDS? Because at the beginning of the design phase, it is important to quantify the exact customer requirement that our design must satisfy. So the product design specification tool is frequently used by engineers to accumulate customer expectation on our design for our project. PDS allow us to define quantitative requirement for your individual conception design. It also it also helps us to evaluate for our team to know each of the concept how to perform. So we have two machine that we use. So here is the first design application for Jeep crane, which we success to accomplish each of the client requirement. And this is for the forklift specification, which we also able to accomplish the client requirement. That's all for me. Thank you.
So, in justifications, I'll be talking about static analysis on two systems, which is material handling system, lifting Jeep crane, and material transport system, forklift stacker. So we focus on two aspects, which are the free body diagram and static analysis. So in material handling system, lifting Jeep crane, we start off with the assumption. The max load is 40 kg, the dimension that can be shown right here, and the cross sections that is also can be shown right here. And this is the free body diagram. These are two figures. In figure 1, shows the free body diagram of all the forces acting on the boom crane. This is the load of the fish catches. This is the force from the piston, and this is the fixed force at point A. So in figure 2, we shows the free body diagram of internal loading that happens on point B. So in static analysis lifting Jeep crane, basically, these are the calculation that can be shown right here, where we can find the force B, the piston force, and the force AY that acting at point A. And at figure 2, we can find the internal loading, which is this the force of the internal loading and the moment that acting on it. And from all the forces obtained, the value obtained, we can find the tensile stress and the shear stress that acting on the boom crane. So this is the tensile stress, the value of tensile stress, and this is the shear stress. So in material transport system, forklift stacker, we start off with the assumption with the average weight of the worker 70 kilo, max load per bucket 40 kilo, the net weight of the forklift stacker, which is 195, and these are the overall dimensions. And the distance covering is 110, and the time taken to get there is 1.5 minutes. So this is the free body diagram. This is the force of the humans. And this is the normal force. This combined force between forklift stackers and a lot of the catches, and this is the friction force. So for the static analysis of forklift stacker, so based on figure 1, the free body diagram drawn represent the forklift stacker that is carried by each worker, where each force acting on the forklift stacker. So that's about the max load that can be carried by the forklift stacker is 2 buckets of fish catches with the distance of 110 from jetty to processing house, and there should be 1.5 minutes to get there. So with that, we can find the velocity and the acceleration. With the value obtained from here, we can find the friction force and normal force through the summation of Fx and Fy. So this is the calculation. So from the forces obtained, we can find the tensile stress and the shear stress that acting on the forklift stacker. Well, that's all. Thank you.
Alright. Okay, now I will explain about the financial aspect for the project, since it was the most concerned aspect apart from the system works. Alright, for the forklift stacker, it is available at 2,500 ringgit at the local or online store, and then the cost for the maintenance cost would be around 200 ringgit per unit. It includes the lubricants, oil filter, and equipments. And the setup cost for to build the forklift stacker would be cost around 100 ringgit for the wage of the worker. And the labor cost would be estimated around 200 ringgit per worker, since only one worker required to handle the machine. So the total operating cost for the forklift stacker would be around 3,000 ringgit. And then for the lifting jeep crane, it is available at 2,000 ringgit per unit at the online store or local store. And the maintenance cost is slightly lower with 100 ringgit, which includes the lubricants only. And the setup cost to build the lifting jeep crane would be around 70 ringgit per unit. And the labor cost is estimated around 150 ringgit, and only one worker required for the lifting jeep crane. And the total operating cost would be around 2,500. And this is the general cost for the project. And the total cost would be around 5,320 ringgit. And the capital of 5,500 ringgit is required for the project startup. So this is the capital for the project startup. And for the conclusion, we do all hope that our project would be accepted by the client, and the metronomic system is proposed by us would help and boost the productivity of the smokefish activity at Kampung Terbelu by helping the transporting the fish into the processing center. That's all for me. Thank you.